Welcome to BUCS Super Rugby. 10 years of the best leagues in the land. That's right, a decade of the stars of tomorrow, a decade of nerve-shredding finales, a decade of the biggest venues and the grandest occasions as we celebrate the pinnacle of the game. It's been a roller coaster ride to this point, and I say bring on 10 years more as we make Wednesday the best day of the week. A decade of BUCS Super Rugby. We're down in the West Country in one of the beating hearts of English rugby. That's right, it's Kingsholm, but for a spell this evening it'll be Queensholm. It's the Battle of the Bridge, it's Hartpury versus Cardiff Met. A doubleheader coming your way. Well, that's how it went down last time we were at Kingsholm for the Battle of the Bridge. Hartpury and Cardiff Met serving up an exhilarating evening's rugby as per usual. That day, Hartpury came out on top in both the women's and the men's fixture, but it was all changed come the knockouts. But it sets the tone for a great rivalry, one that Cardiff Met referred to as the third derby after Cardiff and Swansea come Hartpury. We're in for a corker of a night and BUCS Super Rugby Wednesday, and I got a corker of a guest, Premiership winner, former Ireland international and former Hartpury University, Catherine Buggy.
Good evening, how are you tonight?
As you can tell, I'm excited. It's Wednesday, it's the best day of the week. We live for Wednesdays around here.
You wouldn't have said this if you were here this morning. The rain that fell, it was weather for ducks. It was horrendous.
Weather for ducks. Yeah. Look, the rugby gods are smiling upon us because it's weather for a bit of running rugby. Artificial pitch, two sides that like to play. We're going to get into Hartpury right now because obviously stung last season. They won the league, but didn't win the cup. It's the first time they never made a cup final. I'd say there's been a bit of a reaction this season with the three performances they put in so far.
Yeah, currently playing very strong rugby. Had a great game against Loughborough, very dominant in the scrums and in the set piece in general. We've had some great play from Millie Hyatt in the centres, and it's just been really entertaining to watch. So hopefully tonight they can redeem themselves from the semi-final last year. Current champions versus former champions, so let's see how it goes.
Look, you mentioned someone there in Millie Hyatt, someone who's got a really exciting career ahead of her. She's already had a very exciting career. And you look at the Women's Rugby World Cup that just happened, you know, you couldn't watch a game without seeing someone from BUCS Super Rugby. Like, for the folks who are just tuning in for the first time tonight, what sort of level is this league at right now in the UK?
Well, while the Rugby World Cup was on, we still had players coming into the PWR Cup. So those BUCS girls had an opportunity to get a taste of the PWR, which was quite good. And obviously we've seen those players go from BUCS a good few from the Welsh, and obviously we have a big Hartpury alumni contingent that were involved. Sorry. Hi everyone, best of luck.
You're a popular figure down here still, even though you're not lacing up. Well, you are lacing up the boots, aren't you? Are you retired?
I'm officially retired now. I did a favour for Murph. But yeah, we've been very lucky to give the girls a taste of the PWR, and obviously we have players that have been involved in England under 20s, and they are currently playing for us now as well, so we're quite lucky.
Hey look, we've just seen the girls head down the tunnel, and they're going to go in and get some final words of inspiration from head coach Andrew Ford, who caught up with D-Rog moments ago.
Here we are again, another double-header to look forward to, another Hartpury team that seems to have had a great start to the season. We think it is. Do you think it is?
Yeah, I think what most people might see on paper is a load of really good individuals with their success. What I've been really happy with is how the team's really connected and bonded in this first part of the season, and hopefully you'll see that today in some of the stuff we do.
What about the personal relationships? Because you've got a huge Welsh contingent. A lot of the players on both sides of the ball might have played Celtic Challenge together, or under 18s, or under 20s. Do you allow them to embrace that excitement, or do they kind of have to put it to one side and focus on the job?
I don't think it's either or, to be honest. I think the amount of people, the amount of girls that go and play for, the Celtic Challenge teams, they're only getting stronger and closer together as friends. I think it's really important for us is making sure that they feel part of the group, whether they're with us or they're not in the latter end of the season. So, we've worked really hard on that connection piece, and I think the girls are in a really good place.
What do you want to see tonight?
No rain. Would be a nice start, because it always seems to rain at these double headers. I just want them to express themselves. I think we've been really happy with where we've been defensively. I think Met will challenge us, especially around the breakdown, so I want to see us be really fierce at that breakdown. I want to see us move the ball. I want us to play. So let's have a look and let's see what we can do, because we've got some exciting players out there.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
So Andrew Ford, they're talking about the strengths of the opposition in front of Hartpury tonight. Cardiff Met in town, and look, we got to revisit the past before we can look ahead. It was a titanic semi-final at Hartpury. Cardiff Met won it against the odds. We're talking a bit before. I mentioned the word revenge, but you said that you'd rather use the word redemption.
Yeah, I think the word redemption is probably a better term to use. The girls know that day they probably didn't play to their best ability, and they've said that they came away and felt that they could have just given a bit more. Things just didn't go their way, and it's just one of those games, but unfortunately it was knockout rugby.
It was knockout in rugby, indeed, and it set Cardiff Met on the way to become the first ever Welsh Super Rugby winners, male or female. So a terrific story that Hartpury were unfortunately a casualty on the journey. But what is it about Cardiff Met when you play them? What are the strengths that they bring that make them a championship side?
Well, like from last year and from what I've been seeing lately, their pack is very good, and they have their centre partnership is quite strong. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they play against this Hartpury side. I'm just hoping, scrum coach, that the scrum goes well. I want to see some scrum pens today.
I said no one else watching the stream. All right, okay, scrum, big talking point, but let's hear it from the woman who guided Cardiff Met to that historic championship last season. D-Rog once again with the questions with Lisa Newton.
This feels like a big occasion today, the Battle of the Bridge. You've had enough games now to really get a picture of where you're at as a team. So where are you at as a team, and how much are you looking forward to this?
We actually always love this doubleheader. It's an occasion, isn't it? It's one of the sort of highlights of the calendar for us, similar to Clash, like being in the stadium, the events, all the bells and whistles that come around it. So we really look forward to it. I think the Battle of the Bridge is probably really apt for the people or the personnel that are involved in both squads around that under 20s, under 21 sort of bracket. So yeah, it's definitely a Battle of the Bridge.
Well, that's it. There's a lot of focus on the other side of the bridge as well, because a huge Welsh contingent in the Hartpury team. So a lot of these players are going to know each other very well. How do you think that's going to affect the 80 minutes?
I think it can create a lot of pressure on individuals and on players, can't it? If you think too much about it, and around, some of them will be battling for the same shirt as well. So I think if you let yourself get into that mindset, that pressure, you can go one of two ways. We've not paid much attention to Hartpury at this point in the season. We're so early on, so I think this was game number 6 for us. We've been building really nicely, and hopefully we'll be saying the same thing after today as well.
So you do feel as though you're kind of in the spot that you wanted to be come this time of year?
Yeah, I think so. We're probably in a much better position than we were this time last year, which, last year worked out all right for us. So hopefully this is a good omen.
Yeah, well, you could say it worked out all right. You walked home with a shiny trophy and a number of awards. All right, where's the game won and lost today then? What are the non-negotiables from a Cardiff Met perspective?
From Cardiff Met, it's like what we like to see, talking about physicality, like contact area, dragging them into the trenches. I talk about this all the time, and it's a bit of me as a player, as a person, but also suits our players, and that's where we want to sort of take them to today.
Really looking forward to it. Good luck.
Thank you very much. Cheers, Dave.
Right, so the scene is set here at Kingsholm. Two teams teeming with talent. In fact, the league champions and the cup champions going head to head. You can see the rest of the gang all formed up, ready to give them a champion's welcome onto the pitch here. We've got the drum that's... Are we going to make some noise or what? There we go. They're starting to liven up. It is the Battle of the Bridge. It is Hartpury v Cardiff Met. It's a repeat of last year's Titanic semi-final. Redemption on the taste of Hartpury's lips. But the Archers looking to land a killer arrow once more over here in Gloucester. Catherine has hurried on up to the comms booth where D. Rog is waiting.
Oh, cheers, Burnsy. What a start. What a day we've got in store here. A double header between two of the great institutions, not just in university rugby, but in university sport. And Hartpury already forming the tunnel. Burnsy loitering around because he likes to be close to the action, and I don't blame him either. Right then, what are we going to talk you through first? Of course, the league table. It's a little bit topsy-turvy at the moment with bye weeks and this and that and the other, but as you might expect, it is the same teams at the top all of the time, and these two are going to be there or thereabouts. So here it is, Cardiff Met currently top of the shop, having played more than Exeter and Hartpury. They have had that one big defeat, Met. They conceded 50 to Loughborough, who have had a real topsy-turvy start and just 11 points after 4 games. As for Hartpury, just like Gloucester Hartpury in Premiership Women's Rugby, it is 3 games, 3 wins, 3 bonus points as well. They kept 2 clean sheets too. Cardiff couldn't score, Brunel couldn't score, and that victory over Loughborough only conceding 2 tries. They have been stingy, averaging under a try a game. This is how they line up. There's been a change of numbers. Rasheen Marr, who actually might be taking over the Catherine Buggy mantle at tight head, is going to be wearing number 18, but Georgia and Allow, the 2 Welsh locks, absolutely superb. Seren Lockwood and Hannah Marshall, the Welsh 9-10 as well, and more than a sprinkling of World Cup talent in this Hartpury team. Well, Cardiff Met are out first. It's a relatively short journey considering some of the travel you have to do in this league. 3 borders have to be crossed, Wales, England and Scotland. And Lisa Newton has put a strong side together here. Jess Rogers, the club captain, goes at 8. Robin Davis, the lock, exceptional for Wales under-20, so she'll know Georgia and Allow very well. Gabby Heelan on the left wing scored arguably the try of the season against Hartpury last year, and she'll be looking to do the same again. It's not revenge, it is redemption, so they say. Right, with what's coming up in your sporting career, are we going with Bruiser Buggy or the Monster Mauler? What's your boxing nickname?
It's actually Bugatron.
Bugatron.
So I've been that since I've been at Hartpury. I'm pretty sure it was Lily who started that.
Okay, so for those who are just tuning in and don't know what we're talking about, while we wait for the teams to come out here, you are partaking in a boxing match.
Yeah, so I am doing a charity boxing match on Sunday and raising money for Ed Foundation and Looseheads. So I'm quite excited to have my way in tonight.
Well, it is Kingsholm that's readying itself with a rumble. What a racket to welcome the team in red out onto the pitch. Thankfully, these players have laced up their boots, not their gloves for this one. But it is a similarly exciting occasion, isn't it? To be here at Kingsholm in front of the cameras. The stand below us has got great number of supporters in who are going to be really revved up for it. This is a big night for these players.
Yeah, definitely. Like, these girls look at Gloucester Hartpury playing here, and now they have the opportunity to do the same. It's, you know, it gives that big stadium feel, and I bet they can't wait just to get into it now.
It is a fast track as well. We've seen some great tries. It's a busy week here at Gloucester. Actually, the 7-4-5 game at the weekend. Gloucester men are going to be playing Prem Cup here on Friday. But now it is Wednesday. It is the defending league champions against the defending cup champions, the best of the best in women's BUCS Super Rugby. And Hannah Marshall gets the Battle of the Bridge underway. Ciara Pearce, the Wales under-20 Bristol Bears, catches that ball. And McMullen sends it long. Caris Hughes at fullback today. In fact, she steps aside for Hannah Marshall to go searching for a 50-22. Oh, that's well kept in. Brilliant hands. Maddie Hughes on hand to take that on. And a couple of bits of individual skill already to get us excited for this one.
How she kept that ball in, I have no idea. That was some skill from her. Fair play.
So Cardiff Met come through. Marshall underneath that one. She's pretty steady under the high ball. Caris Hughes. Now Marshall. Oh, was that pulled out of the back there? Lottie Reed, so loose ball. Cardiff Met can't quite pounce on it, but now this becomes a tough exit for Hartpury.
Yeah, we seem to be putting ourselves under a lot of pressure here. We need to get the ball out.
Oh, there was space there. Now it might open up. It's a lovely offload, and Ellie Wilson gallops away, feeds the speed. Smythe back inside to Ellie Wilson, who's chased down, and she might have knocked that ball on. Oh, it was a beautiful break. But what committed defence for Met to keep the score at 0-0.
The break was unbelievable. It was a 3-on-1, but she just got chased down, passed it back inside, and unfortunately Ellie has lost it on the ground. But hopefully now we'll see a scrum in Hartpury's favour.
Well, it was Ala, wasn't it? She sought the contact, and we thought, oh, she made a mistake there. But no, a brilliant offload to find that space.
Time off.
Yeah. Seems we have a player down, so we'll have to wait another moment.
Yeah, and when Owen is down, great news, because we've got your company now. It gives you bags of time to talk about the first scrum of the game.
Oh, pressure. Yeah, we've been working on our height in the scrum, really taking that space away from Cardiff Met and winning the hit. So we're trying to work as, like you say, we're a unit. That means we're one. So that really is what we're looking to do today.
So in terms of, you know, once you've packed down, because I've seen you prop on both sides, haven't I?
Yeah, multi-purpose prop.
You're not scared of being the Swiss Army knife for the front row. But what are those non-negotiables? What are those really important things in that very first scrum, that first collision, and everything that's happening around you?
Main thing I want to see is their process, that they're going through it correctly. We focus on that a lot in training. We tend to go back to the basics when we feel we're coming away from it in games. And then obviously we say win the bind, win the scrum. So want to see a good dominant bind, and then on the hit just really sink those feet and bring them to a level they don't want to be at.
So Erica Kissinger, who's playing hooker for Cardiff Met today, she started at loose head in the final. She's part of the USA under-20s setup, and conversations happen between USA Rugby and Cardiff Met, maybe seeing her as more of a hooker, so she's having the opportunity to develop that skill set.
Yeah, I think it's quite a hard transition to hooker, obviously, because it's such a specialised position in terms of the throw and the line out. I don't think it's as easy as they think, but, you know, if she works hard in it, I can't see why she couldn't.
Well, she's certainly fit enough. She's got the best Bronco time in the side, which is unbelievable for a front row forward.
Inside.
And that's a decent exit from Cardiff Met, just about up to halfway.
Yeah, I think a nice little nudge from Hartpury, but Cardiff Met have done really well to clear the lines there.
So first line out, Chanel Williams finds McQueen, who captains the side today. Marshall looks for Georgia Iono. It's a good tackle on her. We've already talked about so many of these players are going to know each other so well, and Smythe cuts a lovely angle off her wing. She spent most of her time on that right edge today. Oh, it's been intercepted now. A foot race. Saran Jones is going to open the scoring here for Cardiff Met. An opportunist try. But in big occasions like this, you've got to take the opportunities, and Saran Jones has done it.
Yeah, we've gone into kept going the same way, and unfortunately we're just a little bit too flat, and she's spotted that and come in and intercepted the ball.
Well, there's some intricate handling from Hartpury on the near side, and they were trying to create the space for the speed themselves, but Saran Jones, how often do we see these wingers with that sixth sense, that instinct to just loiter around and see what's going on?
Yeah, unfortunately, on that occasion, didn't want to see that, but yeah, she's done very well. She's noticed that there are players up, so she can afford to do that because she has the sideline then if covered.
So I don't expect you to be neutral today. I think that's fair to say, as Freya Bell, vice-captain, is going to send this towards the posts. But, if Cardiff Met do something great, no one's going to be upset with you if you like it.
Oh, look, I will give credit where it's due, don't you worry.
Yeah, so let's just take another look at exactly how this happened here, because these hands initially were excellent, but it's funny, isn't it? Because there'd have been a line break on there for Abby Pritchard, so if Saran Jones knocks that on, it might be a yellow card.
The cover was coming behind, so I think even if she got away, it would have been covered into touch. But she's done very well there. She's taken the chance.
But Hartpury right back into the 22. Cardiff Met not clearing their lines from the kickoff.
Blue 19 offside.
And Hartpury
Release.
have a penalty advantage to boot. So Lockwood gets them moving. Ellie Wilson. Hannah Marshall's waiting. There could be space on the right-hand side. Instead, they go left. Again, playing a bit flat to the line, and credit to Cardiff Met, their line speed is good. Now they'll go to the right. Again, quick hands to create that space, and now surging into the 22, the inside ball, Wilson. Ellie Wilson, brought down 3 meters short, picks and goes again. She's had a really sharp start offensively. Pierce, oh, it's too good, too powerful, too easy, and Hartpury a level.
Yeah, that was a great break from Ellie Wilson. She's just like she's everywhere. She's been phenomenal the last few games as well, and she's such a workhorse, and she will be on the inside shoulder when that winger goes. And of course, Allow there with the finish. She's deadly from 5 minutes out. She's like Stretch Armstrong. Gets that arm out.
Well, it's crazy because it feels like everything's happened in her career so quickly, but simultaneously it feels like she's been around forever.
Yeah, I think that's because the Pierce name obviously
Yes.
is within the world of rugby. But yeah, it does feel like she just had this breakout year, and now look where she is.
Marshall to give Hartpury the lead. And just like that, the home team are ahead. Hannah Marshall's first kick, first successful kick of the day. Hartpury 7, Cardiff Met 5. Yes, because I remember her as we take another look at this now. This handling here is excellent, and I love Ellie Wilson offering herself for a second touch there.
Yeah, she's very, very good player. I remember watching her when she was 14 out in Oxford, and she was like that triple threat. She could kick, run, pass, and like she was doing it from like a back row position, but you could tell she was the playmaker.
Yeah, I remember Arlo, so she played brilliantly for Wales under-18s, and then because of the way the calendar was, 40 picked her for the final. Oh no, let's put in touch there. Yeah, 40 picked her for the final against Loughborough, and she played brilliantly at that level.
Yep,
then all of a sudden she's playing BUCS Super Rugby, and GH are talking about her, and then she's capped for the full Welsh team. Again, it's just happened so quickly.
Well, that's the thing. We have to remember her age, though, and that's probably why. Give her, look at her at BUCS. I know she is playing on the international scene, but get her playing rugby, and this is where she's going to do it.
Oh, slightly overthrown line out, so Cardiff Met with some free ball that Kissinger takes them up to halfway with. Oh, What a great shot. Lottie Reed on Evie Hill. Two front rowers colliding. Oh, what a tackle. Ayono taking no prisoners.
Yeah, Georgia Iona has been standout. She was coming off the bench for us in the PWR Cup, and she made such an impact. She works so hard getting around the park, and yeah, like you can see from that tackle, you don't want to be hit.
She's got a really good engine as well, hasn't she? She doesn't just do that for the first 10 minutes. She'll be there or thereabouts.
Oh yeah, you'd see her like 60th minute, you think she just came on, like when she starts.
Set!
I wish we had a commentary cam so you could see how excited Catherine Buggy is when the scrum packs down. More excited than when we've seen the tries or the big shots or anything.
I know, I can't help myself. Yeah, I can't help myself when it comes to watching scrums. Get very excited, bit of a scrum now. So.
Oh, great news. I've just found out there is actually a commentary cam as well. So
Leave, Red, leave.
We did not need, that information did not need to get fit in.
yeah, it would have been more surprising if we'd have just thrown to it. That's a nice kick in behind. Marshall's got a chase back, and there's a good chase, but it's only a one-person chase. And Hannah Marshall, just cruises and puts a ball in to find a good touch.
She does well there. It's the ball's bounced quite awkwardly for her. She has a bit of pressure on, and she's managed to clear it up. Just outside the 22. She's done very well.
Well, she's another one who's come through the Welsh pathway in Wales under-20s. Picked up a couple of Serena Game awards in the under-20s festival. That's star of the game for those of you who are not Welsh speakers. There's another touch from Wilson. Again, Cardiff Met coming off the line nice and quick. High and beautiful ball. Abby Pritchard on the outside. She's going to go herself. Abby Pritchard.
The pace of Abby Pritchard, honestly, once we get it to our wingers, they are so quick and can just step around. Abby has a great step, but she didn't need it that time. She just used back her pace.
But what about the face ball to get it to her?
Oh yeah, it was a stunning ball. Got it straight out, just a skip pass and out to the wing. And Abby's just turned on the engine, put into gear 5, and off she's gone.
Well, that's what they were trying to do when they conceded, wasn't it? Get the ball in Abby Pritchard's hands. Exciting time for her. She's had to have the day off from GB7's training. She'll be going back there. In fact, she could get a lift home with Cardiff Met, 'cause I think that's where the camp is.
Yeah, there's a few of them now involved with that. We have, I think, 4 or 5 girls that are going down to GB camp. So, you know, it's really exciting for them to have that exposure to the sevens and also into a more professional environment as well.
Well, that's it, isn't it? And also, you were talking about just getting young players playing rugby. Yes, she's a Hartpury player. Yes, she's involved with GH, but different environments, meeting new people, different coaches, different things. You're just going to be... If you're coachable, you're going to be like a sponge, aren't you? And you're going to be able to take the best bits from every environment and bring them into your game.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like that exposure to sevens, you know, that opens the avenue then for a future in sevens sport if you like it, you know. So.
You ever fancy the sevens?
I played once. The only thing I was able to do was snipe, and that was about it. Couldn't say I was the cover tackle.
It's a tough old sport, isn't it?
Oh, the endurance, those players, you know, it's 7 minutes of non-stop rugby.
Yes.
7 minutes. I'm hoping that someone kicks it out after 30 seconds.
Thank you.
Chanel Williams, another former Wales under-18, finds a great dart, and so Wilson can come away. That finds its way to Marshall. She goes searching, and Hannah Smythe's got the afterburners on here. Smythe slightly overruns it, but Hughes can gather it. And just winning those balls back from the kick, absolutely massive.
Off feet.
I think they were lucky there. There was a bit of confusion coming off the line out. Ellie didn't know who she was hitting, But luckily, we just put a bit of pressure, put the ball into space, and now we have the penalty and into the corner.
I was talking to Fordy yesterday, and we were talking about the broader game, the men's game, the women's game, and particularly hybrid players after Andre Esterhazen got in the QNS Team of the Week as a flanker. And he was talking about a few players in the Hartpury squad who could maybe play that hybrid role, and Wilson definitely one of them. But she is involved in a flanking role here as this maul goes over and over and over, and Hartpury dominant in every aspect of the game right now. It is try number 3.
Yeah,
and in fact, it's Ellie Wilson who's got up with the ball.
Yeah, the set piece is going really well at the moment. There was one overthrow we've had so far, but that maul, like, there was no stopping that. As to go back to that conversation about Andrew Ford, how long did that take?
No comments. Always great to chat code. If ever you want to chat about rugby, you give me a call. But Fordy loves to chat about rugby.
He loves it, absolutely loves it, and probably that's why he's so good at what he does. Watches the game, lives, breathes it.
This to add the extras, needs some legs. Hartpury 15, Cardiff Met, sorry, Hartpury 17, Cardiff Met 5.
Which means the scores remain. Hartpury 17 and Cardiff Met 5.
I got 2 balls.
Well, it's starting to get a little bit difficult now for Cardiff Met. Hartpury have conceded a try and are still scoring at a point a minute. Hughes comfortable underneath that ball. He's going to keep that one in field. Good chase coming from Pritchard, and oh, that bounces out for Chanel Williams. Williams chucks the offload. Seren Lockwood on hand to take it on. So Hartpury without a scrum half. McQueen steps in. In fact, McQueen stays in there because it took Lockwood a little while to get going. Loose ball, Isla McMullen. Another former Wales age group international. Oh, it's a gorgeous offload. Great hands from Freya Bell. An opportunity then for Cardiff Met. It's Gabby Heelan brought down. Isla McMullen. Jess Rogers. Options both ways. She steals an extra metre. Stewart. Cardiff Met a little bit deep on those forward carries, and Hartpury not giving them any gain line at all. Evie Hill. Big physical presence, the tight head. It's Katie Bevans wearing 21. She should have 9 on her back, but she is the starting scrum half. Oh, gorgeous ball again. Hartpury, it was Hannah Smythe just over committing. Freya Bell jumping on it. Lane. Erin Jones. Evie Hill, another carry for her. Metcalf trying to strip that ball from her. And Stewart knocks it on.
Knock on from Blue.
Yeah, a bit of an unforced error there. She wasn't really that much under pressure from the defence, but it was a very good defence set from Hartpury. I think they're just checking Chanel Williams right now. She seems to be holding her shoulder. Hopefully she'll be okay to continue.
So who is that who's just run on to see to her then?
Maisie Burton, so she is also past Hartpury BUCS player.
She's rapid. See how quick she got on the pitch there.
Yeah, she used to also play for BUCS a few years back.
Been a couple of changes for Cardiff Met. Erin Jones has come on wearing number 19, and Scarlett Pearce-Lynch as well.
All good.
Previous hockey player, Irish qualified. Scarlett Pearce-Lynch wearing 23, so a couple of early changes for Met, but I'd imagine at 17-5 down, the game plan, look, it's not going to be out of the window by any stretch of the imagination, but they certainly need to make some adjustments because they're second best at the moment.
Yeah, I think they haven't really got into the game in the manner that they would like, so they are going to really just have to, try kick into the corners, get that line out going for them, and let's see what they can do from there. But currently at the moment,
Just take a step
Hartpury
as we're
are
outside the
definitely
22.
on the up, and we have the
that's
momentum.
So an interesting scrum here for Hartpury. They're on the 22. They're bang in the middle of the pitch, in line with the posts. So it's not an obvious exit. Do you play a couple of phases and take it towards the line, or do you try and use this red-hot back line to run you out of trouble?
Okay. Last scrums are good. Let's
And when you're in the front row
maintain
here,
that gap on bind, and then on set, let's go in. Heartbreak, let's hold that going, okay? Let's
just
go.
listening to the referee's instructions on the scrum, how bothered are you by what's about to happen behind you?
To be honest, I feel more sorry for the second rows. I know people say, oh, how do you do it in the front row? The second row's way worse. You're not in control of what happens at your head. So, you know, I honestly think it's worse to be in the second row. As long as you can't feel them on the bind and you don't feel them to the set, you're fine.
That's a great scrum from Met. Great scrum from Met, but brilliant work from Metcalf to get that ball out. And now there is trouble for Cardiff Met because Abby Pritchard's on the ball. She is quick. Oh, could that have got inside there? Either way.
Yep.
Oh, a knock-on spotted. Millie Hyatt on the floor. Maybe the offload's gone forward. Are we being overly critical, or could that ball have gone inside?
No, that ball could have gone inside. She's had 2 players. Yeah, she has 2 players on the inside. I think here now she can live to give it. She just takes an extra step. Maybe she's seen the player behind Millie Hyatt, and that's why she stopped and taken it into the contact, but maybe just carry it herself.
I remember in the under-20 summer series where she was playing for England, and you could tell straight away, not only is she an instinctual finisher, she is somebody who loves scoring tries.
Yeah, she is. She's a try machine. She was unbelievable last year at BUCS as well.
Sort it out.
She's just so quick. She was quite unlucky with injuries as well over the last season, so when she did play, she took her opportunities.
Well, she's got 1 try today, as has Allo Pearce, Ellie Wilson, and then Sadan Jones, who got the opener for Cardiff Met, but it's been one-way traffic since then. Coming up to the 20-minute mark here at Kingsholm. BUCS Super Rugby doubleheader. Hartpury versus Met. Oh, goodness me. I thought Seren Lockwood might have sniped on that, but there's a knock-on in midfield from Maddie Hughes. And now Hartpury with a really exciting attacking opportunity.
Yeah, it's gone to another scrum. I think they were saying use it, but for some reason Met kept it in, so Hartpury laid off a bit, but hopefully on this scrum now we will see more dominant hit and get the ball out.
So the referee having long conversations ahead of each scrum at the moment, but she is definitely giving more attention to the Hartpury front row than she is for the Met front row.
Yeah, I think she's saying not to inch forward. Crouch! So basically to take the space, she wants to see a clear space between the shoulder and the head of the players. However, it looks like Cardiff Met aren't holding their bind, so they're not holding the weight on the bind.
Strong carry, Molly Allen. But then she spends too long holding on to the ball. Cardiff Met not able to turn it over, and the referee's seen enough.
Yeah, that was a great turnover from Met. They've seen Molly Allen is isolated, and they've gone in and turned it over.
It's not a great kick though, and Caris Hughes.
Straight out.
Oh yeah, she's kicked that straight out. She was inside the 22, took a step outside the 22. And that's a big let-off for Cardiff Met.
Yeah, Met have got away with that. They didn't kick it into touch. Caris has kicked it up the field, but unfortunately she stepped outside the 22, so it goes all the way back.
Again, you can talk honestly and freely here. As a forward who's involved with the line-outs, how frustrating is that for you?
It's worse when it's a knock-on and you have to scrum. So line-out's not as bad.
That one shipped on well. Erin Jones finds Jess Rogers. Expect her to be a real back row dynamo the whole time. Well, Hartpury not rolling away and then handling the ball on the floor as well. Bran Metcalf penalised.
Yeah, I think she was a bit unfortunate there. I thought she was over the ball. I didn't actually see a Hartpury player in the way, but then again, we are up in bird's eye view, so maybe I've just missed it.
This is one of my... So in all of the Premiership and PWR grounds, this is one of my favourite commentary positions. The crow's nest here at Kingsholm. You can cast your eye and see most things. Kissinger.
Let's go.
Massive line out here. Big opportunity for Cardiff Met to get back into it. They fired it back down the short side. The offload is good. They're over the line. Is it down? No! Oh, Erica Kissinger. So well worked by Met. So well defended by Hartpury.
Yeah, that was a great peel down the inside. Unfortunately, for Met, they've just been held up. I'm not sure who came in at the end, and they've just... Who's that? Yeah, Roisin and Bronwyn, and I think that is Katie underneath, Katie Harrison. They've done very well to turn her there.
Oh, surely if you're Erica Kissinger, you've just got to go in low. Just fire yourself at the floor.
Yeah, because now that the new rule, with the new rule, obviously, if you're held up, it's a kick out of the dead ball line. So I think a lot of players are looking for that kind of roll to get them onto their backs to stop them from scoring the try, so they get their advantage. So sometimes they actually absorb it instead of just trying to push them over the line.
Speaking of rolls, we've got Fordy's little trick shot here, because he rotates his props, doesn't he? So Lottie Reid and Roisin Mayer coming out, and Meg Lewis on the loose head side, and Izzy Winchcombe on the tight head side coming in. But because of the BUCS Super Rugby laws of the game, these two can play the midsection, and then Lottie and Roisin will probably come on to finish the game.
Yeah, so we tried that at Loughborough and it worked really well. So we've kind of kept with that, bring them on, like Roisin's quite a strong scrummager. So we want to make sure that scrum is quite strong in the first 20 minutes, and then once they're tiring out, bring on Izzy and Meg.
Dangerous kick because it leaves it infield for the try-scorer, Allow Pearce. Allow into the 22. Another barnstorming carry from the Wales lock. Winchcombe tries to ease that on. It's not a great kick, but it's a good pickup from Molly Allen.
Leave, Blue, leave.
Chanel Williams arrives. Lockwood. Marshall. She goes searching for Abby Pritchard. Great take from Pritchard. Beautiful ball from Pritchard. And Paris Hughes gets on the end of a wonderful try. A bonus point in the bag. And that's one for the highlights reel.
Yeah, that was a great step from Paris Hughes at the end, but it all came from that breakdown. They won the ball, they've recycled the ball quickly and got it out into the space, and Paris has worked her magic.
Oh, it just came unravelled there for Cardiff Met, didn't it? But it all came from that kick where you're finding Allow in the deep field, and it's invariably going to lead to trouble. What about this little crossfield nudge here, though?
It's a great ball back inside. Karis gets away from the defender and she's through.
See Abby Pritchard coming in there to celebrate.
Have to correct myself from earlier. That turn held up ball earlier was actually Sarah Lockwood. I thought it was Katie Harrison from where she was, but that's what I mean. I need to go to Specsavers.
Hughes has taken over kicking duty. Oh, she's hit the beans on toast. But 22 points to 5. Try bonus in the bag.
Yeah, that's what we like to see. Like we said earlier on, it's all about this redemption piece, and I think they're doing it right now. I think they've had the momentum and they've kept on top, and when Cardiff were trying to swing it their way, they held it up.
There's 40 with all his mates. I feel as though we've given him a hard time. That is not the case at all. He has been a wonderful coach for this team, and GH as well. And
Red, use it halfway.
I end up doing a lot of rugby, and I can guarantee you, if there is any kind of women's rugby on any kind of age group rugby, Fordy is watching it, he is scouting players, and he is looking to make sure that the legacy continues here at Hartpury, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, and it's not just like it's all over the world who watch rugby. He'll have it on the screen constantly, he used to walk into the office and I'd be like, oh, who are you watching now? He's like, oh, I'm just team in Australia. Okay, fair enough.
Well, it's funny. I'm not gonna name the names, but I remember a couple of years ago.
Yeah, happy?
Cardiff Met have turned that over, but it was the Under-18s Six Nations Festival, and he was messaging me during the games that I was commentating on and said, oh, what do you think of so-and-so, what do you think of so-and-so? And some of those players are now playing in this match for Hartpury tonight. So he has identified the talent, he's helped with the recruitment, and now they're here. So
yeah, and that was the same for Gloucester Hartpury as well. Like, he was quite good at doing that for Linny. You know,
no advantage coming,
he'd be
going
having
back
those
for the offside.
recruitment conversations first initially, and then obviously that would continue then with Linny and they'd come in. But he has been a pivotal part of that at Gloucester Hartpury and at the BUCS. So, you know, it's great for him now to kind of reap the rewards of those players he's brought in.
So speaking of Linny, he's here tonight. Sean Lynn, head coach of the Welsh women's team. As Cardiff Met, does that need to go? Oh, it's a great take. How good is that from Hannah Smythe?
And to stay on feet as well. She's done very, very well. She's still going.
Great leg drive from Smythe, and a chance missed for Cardiff Met to get a little bit of territory. Izzy Winchcombe. Oh, great tackle on Winchcombe.
Yeah, that was a great tackle. They've lined her up and they've just hit her back like 2 meters and have won the penalty as a reward.
So Sean Lynn, 3-time men's BUCS Super Rugby winner with Hartpury, 3-time Premiership Women's Rugby or Premier 15s as it has been winner with Gloucester Hartpury, known as the King of Hartpury. So now he's with Wales. Has he had to relinquish his crown?
No, you can't get rid of the legacy.
Okay, he's still the King of Hartpury.
Oh,
Good, great.
Always will be. Always will be. Yeah, it's probably not been the easiest time for him at the moment. Just from the environment he went from, you know, winning, and then, you know, Wales are having a tough time. But you can see the talent that's in front of us now.
Yeah.
Like, these are the future. These are the girls that are...
Where?
Oh. Unlucky from Ellie Wilson there. For 3 penalties in a row. Well, look, the talent is there, and you see... Oh, here we go. We can pick this up now, because Cardiff Met are looking for try number 2. Evie Hill, what a carry. Met just a metre short. Maddie Hughes on the crash ball. Has got it down.
Yeah, that's quick thinking from Cardiff Met. They've taken the quick tap, and instead of going for the line out, they've just gone head down through the spokes and over the line.
Not now on the kick, not now on the kick.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier on, obviously the talent that we have in front, how many of these players, like you have Bronwyn Metcalf, Alau, and you have Saren, they're all playing on the international stage for Wales and were involved in the World Cup.
You got 2 international scrum halves, because Sian Jones would have gone to the World Cup if she hadn't broken her wrist as well.
Yeah, and Sian Jones on the bench, like and I'm probably missing names there as well, but the Telly Vukaj not playing tonight, like, the future is bright for Wales, but it's, you know, it's like everything, you just have a transition in time with players and year groups, and it comes in swings and roundabouts, and hopefully Wales will be there in the next few years.
Great kick, reducing the arrears further, 22-12 after half an hour. Hartpury leading by 2 scores. Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Look, I am from Wales, you're from Ireland, you've lived in England for a long time, but ultimately, forget being a player or a commentator, as rugby fans, we want competitive games, don't we? If England and Scotland and Wales and Ireland are all good teams, then great, it means we get to watch loads of good rugby.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, and that's, I think, sometimes during the Six Nations, you almost prefer to watch the lower games, like basically when England aren't playing, because they're so dominant, because they're more entertaining, the games are closer, and, you know, we don't know what the result might be, so they can be more entertaining.
Oh, what a kick. 50-22, delivered.
That is a phenomenal kick. She had tried it earlier, Hannah Marshall, and now it has paid off.
That is top class. Another change coming here for Cardiff Met. Lily Brand is coming in. Another player who Lisa Newton has said has really stepped up this year, increased her physicality and making an impact on games. But that is a A good few changes for Cardiff Met.
Seemed to be a bit of controversy there. They're calling that it's a 50-22, but the refs seem to think it is Cardiff Met ball. I think they're just checking it.
Not now. It's their line out. Okay. 50-22. Okay. Yep, sorry. Red line out. Thank you, Chrissy. That's fine. Got it on the line. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Lino.
Well, great news. We are going to have another look at that fantastic kick at some point. We'll see how this plays out first.
They've called numbers 5. Let's go, Red. No, it's fine. No.
So we'll know once and for all.
Who needs a TMO when you have a linesman?
Well, that's it. That's it. Chanel Williams, oh, great ball, double top to the back, and the ball starts to move forward. Meg Lewis in a good place. Oh, Anwen Owen getting a shoe in for being on the wrong side. Look at this ball play. Chanel Williams comes away. Could have maybe stayed in for a little longer. Jess Rogers off her feet, can't compete for that. Another heavy carry. Hartpury's forwards really stepping up here. Ball across the face. Cardiff Met. They are so short on their left. Now some defenders fan out. The width on it though from Marshall. Allen goes on her own. Allen bursts through. And every time Hartpury are in the red zone, it's 5 more points for the team in red.
Yeah, what a dominant maul again. Like you said, Chanel could have kept in a little bit longer, but they've come away. They've gotten around the corner, sucked in the Cardiff defenders, and Molly Allen has done so well. There were probably players up. Molly Allen has just gone beeline straight for the try, and she has gone over.
Well, that's it, isn't it? Sometimes you think, give it, but when the Cardiff Met defenders are all committed, that little cut back inside is often enough.
Yeah, the carry from Allow there really sucks in 3-4 defenders, stops the fold from Cardiff Met, and then they get really tight thinking it's going to get carried again by the forwards. But Molly Allen has got outside and great drive of the legs, and she's over.
So Hughes. On the game of rock, paper, scissors with Marshall to see who's going to be kicking goals. And that is why she got the nod. 2 more points. It is 29-12.
Yeah, we're quite lucky to have an array of place kickers. So between Karis and Hannah, yeah, we're very lucky. If one is having an off day, at least we have another one in the back pocket.
Just shows how important or how much of a difference a 50-22 can make in the general flow of the game, though.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying the new rule. Like, I know it's been in what, 2 seasons now.
Yeah.
Really enjoying it. Obviously, we have the queen of the 50-22, Claky George.
Yes.
And it does. It really promotes, that kind of go forward ball. So really enjoying it.
Well, someone who made quite a name for himself here for the last couple of seasons as a point scorer, Keelan Cullen. He kicked one of the best 50-22s I've ever seen in my life for Aberavon in Super Rugby Cymru a couple of weeks ago. He was on the edge of his own 22 in the 15-metre channel. He's got the ball soaking wet, right? And he's gone with the outside of the boot, kicked a 50-22. Aberavon have won the penalty off the ensuing line out, and with the last kick of the game, he slotted the penalty to win the game.
Why doesn't that surprise me if that comes around?
He's here tonight, actually. He asked if he could be on commentary, and we had to say, sorry, mate, we've got Murph instead.
Oh, yeah.
He's like,
why would you go for the Z-lister when you can have the A-lister?
He's like, I'll step aside for the big dog. Yeah, okay. Cardiff Met penalty, couple of minutes to go until half-time. Hartpury with the try bonus, but with 2 tries in this first half, there are plenty of crumbs and threads for Cardiff Met to pull at here. Currently top of the league, but they showed last year that you don't need to win the league to come away with a trophy, but you probably need to get something from all of these big games. Bearing in mind, until this evening, Hartpury had only conceded 2 tries in 3 games.
Yeah, the defence has been very strong. Georgia Brock is running that defensive line. And I think you can see in the way they're playing, they come up quite aggressive. Well, there you go, just as I say it.
But do you know, funny you should say that with Ellie Wilson.
Yeah, happy. Go on over.
I was thinking there's a little bit of Brock in the way that she goes about her business.
Yeah, there is, and you know what? It's
No advantage
it's the
coming,
work
nothing
off the
knock on.
ball that actually they're very similar in. They work really hard off the ball to get into
Knock
those
on Kings from
positions,
blue.
attacking positions, out in the wide channels.
Scrum,
And I
red.
think, and like you saw, those assist passes from the winger, like that is very similar. I can't say the scrum caps are similar, but yeah.
Uncompromising
Let's go,
in
Mark.
how they go about
Yeah,
their business
yeah.
as well.
I would think so, yeah. They're very similar players, and like she is one for the future.
Can you stay that side because I'll step backwards. Thank you.
Yeah, played England under 18s last season. Another one who came through the college as well. There's something about Hartpury, isn't there, that just keeps you here. How long have you been here now?
I've been at Hartpury for 10 years now.
Crikey.
I know, how time flies.
Okay. Early push.
I'm not sure if you
sighing.
could hear that sigh from Catherine Buggy there. She's just desperate to see a scrum. Just let them scrummage, referee.
Yeah, penalty advantage.
Right then, Cardiff Met. That penalty advantage becomes a penalty pretty quickly.
Head six.
And they're not bothering with the line out here. They're looking to keep the tempo high. Oh, what a rip. Now
We
that's...
need to be careful here, that's 3 in a row.
Yeah, well, 3 in a row here and also 3 in a row previously, just before Cardiff Met scored. So penalties in bunches. Cardiff have gone quickly again. Maddie Hughes getting ushered towards the touchline and into touch. And is that a chance gone? Well, yes, it is, because that is the end of the half. Cardiff Met not trusting the set piece, so not really giving themselves the chance to score try number 3.
Yeah, I think their discipline just crept in there at the end,
On the
but
scrum?
we did really well to
On the
scramble
last
back there
one,
on that last penalty. And now they're going to half-time, have 10 minutes to regather and hopefully come out firing the same way they did in the first half.
It is half-time here at Kingsholm. Hartpury, well, they went 5 behind, but it didn't take them long to respond. They've got the try bonus in the bag. They've got a couple of scores lead. Cardiff Met certainly not out of this game, though, by any stretch of the imagination. They have been largely under the pump. However, they've got a couple of scores. But just before half-time, was that the opportunity to really bounce into the sheds and give themselves some belief?
Yeah.
So far.
Yeah, I think that last play, it probably would have given them a bit more of a lift going into half-time.
Well, let's take a look at some of the tries then. We've got 7 in total. Hartpury 29, Cardiff Met 12. Right then, let's take a look at how it all began. Hartpury looked pretty sharp to begin with. They were trying to get the ball out to the edge because that's where Abby Pritchard is, but Saran Jones had other ideas.
Yeah, I think it was a great fold in defence from Cardiff Met, and if you can see as we're passing it out, we're just a bit flat. So Cardiff Met have gotten up in our line and have managed to intercept the ball. We're just a bit flat there, but in terms of process, otherwise, just held our depth a little bit. I think that wouldn't have happened.
Well, the conversion was missed and it really kicked Hartpury into life. Ellie Wilson, she'd already helped with one break. She got them deep into the 22. And credit to Hartpury, when they've been in this part of the pitch, they've been incredibly clinical.
Yeah, they have. They really know their process when they get into the 22, into the red zone. And as you can see there, they know their setup, so it means they get there quickly and know where they have to be to play the ball quick and get over that line.
Well, that was Allo Pierce. She got the first try then. The overthrow, and another thing Hartpury have done really well is pounce on any errors. We'll see another try that comes later in the half from a misplaced kick. That was an overthrown line out, and Cardiff Met find themselves under their posts again.
Yeah, it was a great pass out to the wing to Abby Pritchard, and she just backs her pace there. She doesn't step in, she just goes for the line.
Gorgeous ball from Millie
great ball
Hyatt.
from Millie Hyatt.
Then it was the turn of the pack. It wouldn't be a Hartpury win without a maul try. We've pumped up Ellie Wilson's tyres a lot in that half. She was the one on the ball there, but 5 points just reward for a great 40 minutes.
Yeah, Ellie Wilson, like, I always say this though, at the back of the line out, when you're the ball carrier there, it's the other 7 people in front of you that are doing all the work. You just get all the glory.
So then this was the crossfield kick from Marshall, Pritchard, and then Hughes on that inside line. Let's have a little word about Hannah Marshall. She goes about her business nicely, doesn't she?
She does, like, she punches way above her weight really, and she has a great kicking game. Like you can see there on the side of the foot, kicks it over to Abby Pritchard. Abby does really well to fix the ball and then lets Karis Hughes in.
Well, Cardiff Met, just as they looked as though they were going to get run over, Hartpury's discipline got the better of them, and Met got some go forward. Evie Hill came close, but Maddie Hughes was on hand to get the ball down. Well spotted by the referee.
Yeah, that was a strong line from the centre, and she just uses, well, barely a gap and just pumps the legs and gets through.
I actually think we've done Catherine Stewart dirty there. I think it might have been her who grounded
Oh, was it
that.
Catherine Stewart?
We'll double check it. I thought it was Maddie Hughes, but Catherine Stewart was... There was a melee of bodies and Stewart was down there. Alas. This was great from Chanel. We thought she might have gone a little bit early, but Hartpury just in complete control. I mean, in the end, it was Allen who got the try. But what about this carry from Allow?
Yeah, she pulls in 3 defenders, and look, they struggle to get their fold. They think they're going to hit the pod, pass out to Hannah Marshall, and Hannah Marshall just goes, Molly Allen just goes for the line.
Yes, Molly Allen with the score there. So it's Hughes, Allen, Pritchard, Pearce and Wilson, and then Jones, and maybe Stewart for Cardiff Met.
Do you know what? It's quite hard to tell, but, you know, sorry if I have got the wrong person.
Hartpury 29, Cardiff Met 12. BUCS Super Rugby is going along at a rate of knots, both WBSR and MBSR. If you are new to it, welcome. Great to have you on board. Enjoy this.
So I guess you want to know how BUCS Super Rugby works. Well, it's simple. 10 men's teams, 7 women's teams. They're going to play each other home and away across the length and breadth of the country. That's going to determine the league standings. There's a league title on offer, but the fun doesn't stop there, because we're into the playoffs. We're into the Milk Championship Cup, and that's when it gets really spicy. Straight knockout, all roads lead to Rodney Parade right here, and for the winner, the spoils that every university dreams of when they're setting out their season aspirations. That's why we come every Wednesday, the best league in the land, the best day of the week, BUCS Super Rugby Day. We live for Wednesdays. Welcome everybody to BUCS Super Rugby. That's right, the best leagues in the land are back. We are back for our 10th season. 2016, what was happening back then? Donald Trump, first time he got elected president. Stranger Things was first aired. Taylor Swift and Calvin Harris were dating. Well, not everything stands the test of time, but one thing that does is this very league here. This is what it's all about, BUCS Super Rugby, where the best university leagues in the land battle it out for cup glory. Is there enough dead ball, Aaron? You betcha! Go storming on, dragging red jerseys. Dab through once again. Perfection.
Smart little nudge to keep the foot race going. A little snipe, they're over the line, it is grounded by Grace White. This time, interception, here we go! Dylan Scott onto the poles, and Cardiff Met are going to be in touch as the whistle goes.
Wednesday nights, where else would you be? BUCS Super Rugby with us on the live stream or here in person, the best league in the land. See you next time.
reminisce, left for dead, long forgotten. Something was pushing me, pulling me straight down to the bottom. Then I came alive, I walked through the fire. My mind turned the embers to red. Got caught in the deep, but I calmed the seas, and I'll never be the same. Only thing that I can say is I was meant for this, and I'll never second guess it. Fight till my last breath, 'cause I was born to be a legend. I was born to be a legend. 'Cause I was born to be a legend. When you've been to hell and back, you're swearing that you'll never take what you got for granted. Rising from the rubble, struggle, I'm gonna be the last one standing. It runs through my blood, I've just begun to see I'm the one, I'm the chosen. The power inside is starting to rise. I know I was made for this moment. Only thing that I can say is I was meant for this, and I'll never second guess it. Fight till my last breath, 'cause I was born to be a legend. When the battle is raging, the blood in the fight, sacrifice that is made, and the reason we never stop till we make history. Oh, 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 oh. I put it all on the line and I made it, reminded of why when
Welcome back, just in time. Cardiff Met kicking off the second half. And they've not kicked it 10 metres.
Yeah, that's not the start they wanted. It's back to the middle for a scrum.
Well, we talked. Well, do you know what? I'm gonna peek behind the curtain here, everybody. It's like Wicked, isn't it? Where you realise that the Wizard of Oz isn't a wizard at all. And Catherine Buggy has been doing her scrum coaching on WhatsApp while we've all been enjoying the half-time interval. What have you picked up from the set piece in the first half?
So the information I'm getting back is that Cardiff Met aren't taking the weight in the binds, so we now have to rethink that. How are we going to add the weight onto the Cardiff Met scrum without them pulling away from it and giving away a free kick? So probably, yeah, we just need to figure that out. I'm sure I'll be in talks on my WhatsApp with Brocky for the next 40 minutes. So don't you worry.
That's been knocked on. I tell you what, Sharon Jones, the try scorer, has got away with one there. Hannah Smythe was lurking. So is Brocky here tonight, or is she watching on the stream?
Oh no, Brock's coaching.
Okay.
So she's the defensive coach.
A former WBSR co-commentator for myself and Joe.
Yeah,
actually,
she was in this seat last year, wasn't
yeah,
she?
Yeah, she certainly was. It was great to have her. Great to have her on board. Not as talkative as you.
No, she's a woman of few words, but
which doesn't lend itself to commentary particularly well. But no, she was absolutely brilliant, actually. Particularly on this side of the game. What was hilarious was right at the top of the show, Burnsy was similar to today. Burnsy was presenting the women's game, and I was doing the commentary, and he gave her the massive build-up, and she was like, yeah, you're right. Here come Hartpury then, first attack of the second half. Nice bit of footwork from Pritchard. She gets dragged to the ground. In steps Lockwood. Yeah, but as soon as we got to the nitty-gritty, she was bang into it.
Oh yeah, fountain of knowledge. It's her, her comfort zone there, talking about a bit of rugby. So if you asked her a question about her, it's fine.
Well, at the time as well, it was when she was heavily involved with England and all of that.
Yeah, and she had a few injuries there over the last season towards the end. Unfortunately,
away goes Seren Lockwood. Lockwood puts in Marshall. It's a Wales 1-2. And Hartpury score a beauty.
What a step from Hannah Marshall. Seren does very well, fixes the player. Hannah Marshall, two players in front, just takes a little step out to the right and she's in for a try, well deserved.
Oh, that was brilliant. Seren Lockwood. Well, she spun her way out of contact there brilliantly.
Oh yeah, her footwork is immense. Like, she, as a 10, that's a player that's quite hard to mark, because if she has any space, she's gone.
But she's not going to have the chance to convert her own try, because Caris Hughes is like, this is my job now. But the perfect start for Hartpury to this second half, and that'll stifle Cardiff Met. It'll be so frustrating for them. Again, it comes from a Met error. Kick doesn't go 10, they're immediately under pressure, and they're another 5 points down on the scoreboard.
Yeah, Hartpury are doing very, very well in terms of taking their opportunities from Cardiff Met's errors. You can see really strong carry from Izzy Winchcombe, quick ruck. Seren just carries over the line and she gets through.
Tell you what, I mean, it's a lovely pass there. That step is gorgeous. Sends the defender to the shops, but that's a good fend from Lockwood as well, isn't she?
Great fend. Like, Seren Lockwood is so, like, she's only just, what, she's 18, been in the Welsh squad, and she's just got such a high ceiling ahead of her going forward in the future, and I can't wait to see what comes from it. And I think her playing BUCS rugby means she's playing week in, week out, and getting so much game time, which is going to really, really help her in terms of experience of being on the ball in senior rugby.
What a turnover. That is outstanding from Izzy Winchcombe.
Yeah, it's a great turnover from Izzy. She's really good on the ball.
And a penalty advantage here as well. And Cardiff Met need to be careful, because Hartpury, if they get their confidence up, will run riot. Hughes on to another lovely ball. Millie Hyatt, really, she's not scared of those missed passes, those flat face balls. Katie Harrison's come on. We're in number 16. Big opportunity for her. Former BUCS Super Rugby winner. Here's Smythe. Smythe, more good footwork. Good tackle. And when Owen grabs enough jersey to stop Hannah Smythe. And then Lockwood. So Hartpury looking for try number 2 of the half. Marshall goes cross field. There's space. Oh, and it's bounced up beautifully. And Pete Pritchard. Well, when you can't stop scoring, you can't stop scoring.
I thought the bounce had beaten us all, but no. Luckily it bounced back in field, and Abby Pritchard has got on the end of it.
I mean, the bounce of the ball works both ways, and a beautiful bit of luck for Hartpury is a real kick in the chest for Cardiff Met.
Yeah, it all came from coming down that short side. Millie Hyatt with that missed pass again, where she's very comfortable. She's played at 10 also, as well as 12. We've gotten into the red zone again, gone around, gone through the forwards, and Hannah Marshall, just that crossfield kick, has beaten them all.
2 more replacements coming on for Hartpury. Martha Green, another England under-18 international who came through the College Ace programme. And Gemma Bell started the final in 2024. Always thought it would have been funny, you know, when she first started to learn French in school.
Well, we all call her Je m'appelle.
Is that her name?
Yeah, we all
Brilliant.
say when we see her.
Brilliant.
Je m'appelle, Je m'appelle.
Very good.
So yeah, we call her Je m'appelle.
This to take him up to 40. Oh, what a nudge. Great kick. 41-12.
Yeah, Caris Hughes has been very good on the boot this evening. I know she won off the post, but, you know, we'll give her that.
Let's take another look at this. Well, look, you've talked about Hannah Marshall's kicking game, and she saw the space. She found the space, and sometimes you get a little bit of luck as well.
Yeah, we all thought that ball was going out, I think, but it's just bounced. It's like we say, it's Hartpury have had the rub of the green tonight, and unfortunately Met have not. And that's probably, like I said, that redemption thing where we've had it in this game, whereas Met had it in the semi-finals. So I think we've just managed to take our opportunities off Cardiff Met's errors.
Well, that's another one that's gone out on the full. It was taken back into the 22.
Just as I speak of errors, maybe
Yes,
we just make one.
Funny old business, isn't it? Now, I think our referee has switched her microphone off at half-time and not switched it back on.
Oh, so we're not getting any of the juicy details.
Well, I can't hear her. Can you hear her?
I don't think I've heard her all game.
Oh, have you not?
No.
Okay.
Maybe that might be my hearing.
Right, well, I think next time she's over near the touchline, our floor manager is going to go and inspect.
And there's another kicker for us, Millie Hyde, also another threat on the ball.
Well, she made a Gloucester Hartpury debut as a teenager, didn't she? Sort of 18, 19 years of age.
Yeah, she did, yeah. But there's just such depth at the moment. It's better for her to be playing 70 minutes in the BUCS Super Rugby than, coming off the bench. But there's just such competition there at the moment. But you can tell the confidence that being in the PWR has brought her in her Super Rugby game. So it's not all doom and gloom. Another year here, you're playing rugby.
I also think, and again, while the ball's in the midfield, we can kind of have these philosophical conversations that she's really talented, and the likelihood is she will end up playing a lot of PWR. She's probably got international aspirations as well, as Isla McMullen goes very, very well. But what's hopefully for her going to happen is she's going to win a load of games for Hartpury, maybe some trophies as well. And then when she's ready and the opportunity arises, she'll go into a winning team in Gloucester Hartpury, and then all of a sudden you're not intimidated by anything because you're playing for good teams, and winning is a habit, which is probably something that'll do a lot of these young Welsh players a great deal of good as well. Because here at Hartpury or at Cardiff Met, they're not going to win today, but they're players who've got big futures, but they are getting used to winning environments, because there are a lot of players in the Welsh setup at the moment who aren't used to being in winning environments.
Yeah, and it can be quite tough to go from one to the other, but I suppose that's the difference between club and country. We know the girls can come back, like to Gloucester Hartpury, and get that confidence back up. And same with going into the Hartpury squad, you have those girls that were away at World Cup can come back in, like you say, to that winning feeling. And like from a psychology point of view, that is a massive boost then when you need to go back into camp, that you bring that kind of work rate and that strive to win. So knock on again. So yeah, it is something, like you said, builds that confidence as a player.
Cardiff Met just can't catch a break at the moment. Won the penalty, had the line out inside the 22, and that ball goes forward. 41-12. They've got half an hour here, so the objective for Cardiff Met has to be don't go home empty-handed. 2 tries, bonus point, finish the second half well.
Yeah, that's it. You go away with at least 1 point. That could matter towards the end of the season.
Absolutely.
That was a great hit by Met. See, I'm not biased.
No, you are, but that's fine. Oh, it's a lovely move to create the space. And now Caris Hughes. What's her best option? It's out to Kelsey Webster. Webster tackled, but finds a good offload, and Hughes gets a second touch. Whip that straight out the back. It's another cross-field kick that this time doesn't get the bounce.
Yeah, unfortunately that time it has beaten everyone. It's great to see Kelsey Webster back. She's been away for a little while. So although she actually, funny enough, much prefers to tackle than she does to attack.
Well, interestingly, if you're talking about 6'2", 7'1" benches, is she one of the players who could perhaps slot into a back row as well?
I would happily put her on the back row. She loves to be in defence. She loves to hit people. That's what she says. She says, I'll be in defence all day. But unfortunately, I really don't want to see her knock on the ball just so she can start defending.
So Cardiff Met have made the change. Els Watkins has come on to replace Katie Bevans at scrum half. That's a nice ball from Lily Brand as well, but it's been knocked on, and well, Hughes thought she was going to pin her ears back there, Caris Hughes, but instead sets it up nicely for Sophie McQueen. A lot talked about in terms of her leadership. She was captain of England under-18s, now captain of Hartpury. Kind of leads by example.
Oh yeah, she is Hartpury through and through. Obviously, I've seen her come up through college and into the university program, and she's one of those players that you, as a young player, want to strive to be. The work she does before games, the work she does before training, you know, in terms of the gym, doing her prehab, like she is, like as a student, wants to be as professional an athlete as she can be. And honestly, she probably puts some of us to shame, like really. She's amazing, and then her attitude as a leader, I think she does a phenomenal job.
Has that been knocked on? Yes, that will be Cardiff Met put in, unless, oh God, it's a big shot from Molly Allen. Rogers, short ball, good ball, and that's lost on the floor. So we'll go back for the Cardiff Met put in at the scrum. Plenty of changes here now for Hartpury. So Sian Jones is on, Welsh international scrum half. Molly Bunker has come on as well, wearing number 22, another England age group international who's come up through the college and the Ace League. And then we've already mentioned Kelsey Webster, who's out there on the wing.
Yeah, it really shows you the depth we have here. Like Molly Bunker is such a great centre, amazing kicker. Like we were doing kickoffs one night at here at Kingsholm, and the height she was getting on the balls, they couldn't actually get under them because it was just hanging high for so long.
Here's Lily Brand, finds a nice offload. So Cardiff Met changed their two half-backs as well. It'll be Brand at outside half and Els Watkins at scrum half. Good line. And a good offload as well. The one-handed scoop from Pierce. Oh, she's put in Cook. What a score from Cardiff Met. Forwards combining. Brilliance here at Kingsholm, and Elizabeth Cook gets on the end of it. Full tilt tight heads, things you love to see.
If you could see my face now, I have a mouth open and in absolute awe of that. Fair play. Like, to go all the way down the pitch, she kept on the inside and it's popped back into her, and she just pins the ear back and she is gone for the line. She has done so well. God, I wish I had that speed as a tight end.
She's a really good player, but she's a brilliant character.
Yeah, do you know what? If you told me she was a winger, I'd have believed you there.
She. We'll wait till this conversion goes over, and then I'll tell you about her interview post-match when Cardiff Met beat Cardiff University, first game of the season on the live stream. That kick's drifted wide, but I don't really think that affects Cardiff Met. They're not going to win this game, but they're one try away now from a try bonus as Mia Half-Bowen comes in, the West Walian back rower. And we should have the referee's mic again now, which is great news. Well done, everyone. Good job.
Yeah, unfortunately, you've seen Bronwyn Metcalf has just gone off. Looks like she hurt herself in the tackle. So McQueen's Ditty only just gone off and had to come back on again. Not much of a breather.
So we interviewed Cookie. She was player of the match. We had Maisie Davis on co-commentary, who was brilliant, by the way. She's a future superstar for sure. And she accidentally dropped the F-bomb in the post-match interview, and it was amazing. She said, you know, I said, well, how are you feeling about this season? As Cardiff Met looking to cut loose again here. She said, you know, we feel as though we're in a much better position now than we were this time last year. But winning the league last year was no fluke. We effing deserved it. I was like, do you know what? Good for you.
No,
I think when you're in that moment, you know, a bit of passion, sometimes words, the naughty words slip out.
Do you know what I love as well? So we're here at Hartpury, and in BUCS Super Rugby, men's and women's, and Hartpury are really good at this. Cardiff Met are great at it too, and I think, you know, Exeter and Loughborough and the likes. Good take, Saran Jones. Oh, but she's kept that in field. and chased it down herself. Good take by Alau Pierce.
Yeah, Lau does very well to take that. I think she's pretty much beat her on the height, so thank God it was the second run to that ball.
But I'm just looking to our right here and seeing all the people that have been involved with Hartpury over the years, enjoying the rugby here. Some big names. And they're watching some great rugby as Molly Bunker gets into the 22. Oh, she had support, but she doesn't need it. Molly Bunker all the way.
Like I said, the depth there, coming off the bench, Molly Bunker just continues on from where it left off. She's such a strong runner, great fend, and she just steps back in. She sees that the defender's gone square, and she just steps off her left foot and straight onto the post.
Well, she's ruined Lily Brown's evening with that fend there.
That's what we like to call when she steps like that. That's what we like to call the ankle break for the defender. But yeah, no one likes to get fended. Yeah, like anything, a fend like that, no one wants to get fended.
Have you seen the PWR highlights from the weekend?
I don't think I have. I was at the Quins game and then came to the 745. So
this for 48 points, Hartpury with bags of time to bring up the half century. And now they're just 2 points away. It is another 2 for Caris Hughes. It is Hartpury 48, Cardiff Met 17. So Loughborough Lightning and Exeter Chiefs played a belter of a game, 33-all draw. And Aliv Kelter has handed off Claude Maloney-MacDonald and from a standing start has put her flat on her back and gone into score. It's a proper weekend ruiner.
That's an Aliv Kelter special, isn't it, really? She's so good at it.
She just spends 80 minutes a week hurting people.
Yeah, I think God only knows what she does in training to practice that.
Really lovely ball. Oh, great footwork as well. Looking for the pass, but Alau Pierce now finds Millie Hyatt, who holds on by the fingertips. Pierce secures the ball. Penalty advantage coming. Bunker out wide to Smythe. Smythe for the corner, and that's 50 up for the home team.
If I was Lau right now, I'd be asking to be subbed off after that run. Wow, what a run from Lau. I thought she was going to be a bit greedy and Gorsel. She had the ball in one hand, but she transferred it back to the 2 and passed it out on. But she has been phenomenal tonight. Her running game has been so good. Every time she's carried, she's gotten meters. She has, really done well.
The little tip pass to put her in space was fantastic. The awareness that Hartpury are playing with of who's doing what and where.
Yeah, they've been really cohesive this evening, and it's been great to see. They're building game to game, which we, want to see from a team.
Tough kick for Caris Hughes. Silence in Kingsholm as well. They're respecting the kicker, and that is why Hughes. Oh, just short. Just short. What an effort.
That was straight through the post. It was such a great kick.
Let's take a look at this try here. And yes, Alau Pierce goes on a run, but look at this ball to sender there. Oh, little tip.
This is the thing about Roisin. It's her tip game is so good, and I've told her, you carry once or twice, then look at that tip game, because you're going to draw in the defenders. And look what she's done. She just put Lau straight through the hole. Molly Bunker off to Hannah Smythe, and it was like that fend again, another fend.
That's it, isn't it? Saran Jones, she's not sure. What am I doing here? Am I going low? Oh, this isn't going to go 10 either. Oh, it is. It's going to bounce 10. A little bit of luck for Cardiff Met, who are still one try away from a bonus point in the short journey back over the Severn Bridge. Won't be quite as painful, but for large parts of tonight, they've been taught a lesson. Hughes still out there. Smythe. It's a really good kick.
Keep retreating, boy, retreat. Onside. Back.
So we've had a question in. It's
Knock on
great to
Kingsholm
have
red.
people who are watching on the live stream actually engage with us.
Scrum, blue.
And I mentioned it then, and I think sometimes we take for granted perceived rugby knowledge here, but we are talking about the tip game. So you were talking about Roisin and the tip game. So what is a tip? Why is it important?
So the tip game is when the person receiving the ball literally he just lifts the ball instead of a big pass. They draw in the defender, look for that dog leg and pass to the player on the outside who then hits that gap. But it's quite a light pass. It's not, you know, a bolt of a pass and they just let them into that hole.
So very often the passes that we see forwards doing to maybe other forwards that allow them to not run into a massive great target. And the next time we see it, we will say that is a tip.
Like we say, spaces, not faces.
Yes. So 53-17, still 60 minutes of rugby to go here on a big BUCS Super Rugby Wednesday, a double header. If you've got plans this evening, cancel them, because after this one finishes, we've got Hartpury men versus Cardiff Met men. Thought we were going to see a tip then from Ciara Pearce, but instead she dummied it and went on. There you go. Is that a tip? Maybe not quite a tip. Oh, the...
Yeah, taken.
Oh, Roisin with the jackal. Sean Jones takes it on. Oh, that out of the back door, and then hacked forward by Gemma Bell.
Forward, went forward. Scrum.
Great bit of footwork.
Yeah,
Well, that was on the volley.
Top footy. I always feel as though there should be, in rugby union, and rugby league for that matter, there should be some kind of flair allowance. That if you do something good, then maybe, oh, it's not a knock-on, it's not a forward pass because it was cool.
Oh yeah, you should get the ball back. That's
Yes.
what I think. From where it landed, you should be allowed to get the ball back.
Crouch.
15 minutes to go. Oh, great news that we haven't told you as well, Catherine Buggy. You are in charge of picking the
You got to stay back. Stay
WBSR
back.
Player of the Match.
I don't want to do that.
Oh, you're gonna...
There's too many good players.
That's a beautiful inside ball.
I think my decision's just been made from that tackle.
I tell you what, don't tell us who it is just yet. Maybe in 5 or 6 minutes, we'll talk about some nominees. I want nominees from both sides.
Yeah.
And then maybe closer to the full-time whistle. In fact, maybe we can stretch it out a little bit more because the result is beyond any doubt. But I want you to be eventually ruthless and rewarding and give us your player of the match. So get thinking about it now. Jess Rogers on the ball for Cardiff Met. 3 tries in for Met. Lovely ball over the top, and Saran Jones goes inside, gets a handful of jersey. Millie Hyatt brings her down in the 22. Time for Met.
She was on her feet.
Oh, great turnover.
No.
Oh my. Is that Kelsey Webster who was over it? She's on the ding-a-ling, but she plays like a flanker, doesn't she?
Oh yeah, she does. She usually in the centres, so they put her on the wing today, and that's why I think she loves the centres, because she's that person who just wants to get up in the line and absolutely smash someone, and she does it really well.
Okay, right. Let's talk about nominees then.
Okay.
Let's start with Cardiff Met. They're not going to win the game today, but who do you think has had a good performance for the Archers today?
I think Maddie Hughes has played very well. Obviously, I got it wrong on the try. I think it was Stuart. But she's constantly tried to keep up the energy on the Cardiff Met side. I would say probably Freya Bell's played very well, but for me, I think a lot of my nominees are going to be on the Hartpury side.
Yeah.
And I know you say that's biased, but they just played so well.
I think it's 53-17. You will be forgiven for nominating some Hartpury players. So
where do I start?
Where do you start? Who's impressed you today? Who do you think has had a good game? I don't want you to announce the player of the match yet, by the way, as Saran Jones knocks that on.
No advantage coming. Go back. The first knock on.
Hannah Marshall's controlled the game very well at 10.
Knock on from blue.
Great kicks off the boot. That led to Abby. Well, 2 led to Abby Pritchard tries. on the wing, but my two other nominees are in the front row, not in the front row, sorry, in the forwards.
Okay.
Ellie Wilson on the ball and off the ball has been non-stop going.
Red.
She has been on the assists and got a try for herself.
Let's go, Seth,
and
set it up,
then
let's go.
I think
Red,
the
red
other
ball.
obvious choice is allow Pierce.
Okay.
She's just made meters on every carry, and yeah, she's been phenomenal.
Don't tell us. Don't tell us yet. Save it. Save it. Save it.
I'm still trying to decide.
Okay.
Set.
2, 3.
What's up?
Oh, lovely pass. Smythe on the outside, stretching the legs and getting round the final defender. Lovely pass from Smythe. The support lines, players desperate to get their hands on the ball. Ellie Wilson, but another try for her. Sway the decision for the BUCS Super Rugby player of the match. Now, out the back it goes. Little nudge in behind. Marshall's going to chase her own kick, but with a penalty advantage. Well, I'll tell you what, if they go for posts here, I'll sponsor you £100 for your boxing and buy you dinner.
They're not going for posts. You know for well they're not.
It's a great kick from Hyatt. Over to the pack.
Take the 5, please, Blue.
And this tough for Cardiff Met as well, because they're temporarily down to 14. There's a player receiving treatment for injuries, and it's Saran Jones.
No, I thought it'd be a stoppage, but oh, she's okay.
Yeah, well, she's going to have to sprint back into position here. Although I've got a feeling this might stay narrow. Good line-out ball. McQueen goes up and they go down the short side. And it's a stroll-in try straight off the training ground. Another 5 on the board for Hartpury.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Literally, yesterday morning they were practicing that line-out play and they've executed it perfectly. Ellie Wilson's brought it down, peeled to the short side, and it's in for Katie Harrison.
Take a step back, 50.
Okay, after this conversion, we're going to do the WBSR player of the match. It is in no doubt whatsoever. The result, that is. So, let's wait and see if the flags go up and down, if the score remains at 58 or ticks over to 60. And then you can tell us who you think has been the best of the best, the top gun of Hartpury today in women's BUCS Super Rugby. And there have been 46 players out there. Don't feel guilty for picking the one. Another tough nudge. A lot of the tries have been scored out wide today. That one has got the legs.
9 minutes.
But hasn't got the line. Right, with 9 minutes to go, Catherine Buggy, who is your women's BUCS Super Rugby player of the match today?
To be honest, it came down to 2 players. Like I said, Ellie Wilson has been phenomenal on and off the ball, but today Allow has stepped up in her game once again, and I think her ball carries and the meter she's made, you know, that break earlier on, she is my player of the match.
Allow Pierce, congratulations. You are the women's BUCS Super Rugby player of the match for the Battle of the Bridge. Of course, making a home for herself at Hartpury, but very familiar with rugby over in Wales. She'll know all of these Cardiff Met players, and I wonder if that'll make it a little bit sweeter with that performance today. But she's been outstanding, hasn't she? Yeah,
she has been outstanding. Like I said, the meter she's made on every carry, and she hasn't stopped working all game. She's just very, very strong player, and in the second row, that's the kind of player you want behind you in the scrum.
8 or so minutes for Cardiff Met to rescue something from this game.
Yeah.
And the only thing they can rescue now is a try bonus. It's 5 in the bag for Hartpury. Oh, what a tackle. Well played, Kira Pierce.
Advantage over. Backwards.
Oh, and Saran Jones didn't fancy that one.
Up by Blue.
Like I was saying about Ellie Wilson, she plays like that every week consistently. So sometimes, you know, when you see a player playing that good all the time, she gets it all the time.
Do you know?
So I think Allow today just really stepped up.
So the Loughborough BUCS Super Rugby men's team, they've got terrible blazers that they wear, absolutely awful things.
They have purple ones.
They look like they. No, so Durham have got the purple ones with the white piping around the lapels. Has that gone forward? No. Ellie Wilson takes that on.
They have terrible blazers and terrible chat, by the way, just to let you know. You should hear them at a game, it's awful.
That ball's not available, no advantage.
So the terrible blazers, Loughborough's, it's African violet with like stripes, the white and the pink stripes. So, you know, you're part of something, you wear your jacket, brilliant. But if you get a Player of the Match award for the men, I don't know if the women do it, but the men, they get a badge, and you can just see it's the same two lads who just get Player of the Match every week, and their lapels are just covered with these badges.
Oh, I thought you meant, in my head I was thinking like a Scout's badge. You know, you have to stitch it on yourself.
That would be better.
That's just showing my age there.
No, like a pin badge. And it's,
okay. So the blazers are just decorated.
So they're just decorated. They look like Chelsea pensioners, you know, with the... Right then, this could go down the short side here for Hartpury, and it does. Smythe presents herself, but gets met well by Gabby Heelan.
No need.
Met player just hadn't rolled away there. Luckily, we got away with that.
Just where you are, Stan. Just where you are.
Player of the match, Allo Pearce, steps away. And that is going to Roisin, and they set the ball. Oh, is it Fordy or is it Razzie? If this works out, we'll never hear the end of it. Thank goodness it's gone to ground. Hyatt. Oh, well tackled. Ball and all from Els Watkins. They're playing on a penalty advantage here, but that is a try saver from the scrum half.
Blue 20.
Yeah, they another one from the training ground.
Whitcomb. They're over.
I've not got grounding.
Held up.
Yeah, that was another play from the training ground. That Maul. They seem to be getting out all the trick plays now.
If you can't do it at 58-17, when can you do it? I think it's great.
Well, if he wanted to be a real Razzie, he'd do it in the first 2 minutes.
Yes, yeah, there is that. There is that. That's a lot of fun, though, isn't it? I love stuff like that.
Ah, yeah, keeps you on your toes, keeps the game more entertaining, doesn't it?
Caris Hughes. Yeah, you know, the old 15-person maul and everything. It's great stuff. Yeah. And the tap penalty moves that Leinster do so well. Sorry, I know that's probably a swear word around you.
Yeah.
Okay, ball's going
we prefer red, not blue, as you can tell.
Yes,
that's why I'm a Hartpury.
Blue 10. Yeah. Okay.
Blue
10.
It's Brunel. Hi. Brunel are the only team that really play in blue, aren't they? There's loads of purple, especially in the men. You've got Durham, you've got Loughborough, you've got Leeds Beckett. It's not very creative. There's more of a palette.
Take the white for me, take the five.
I think red suits my skin tone.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Okay. Especially, I was going to say, especially after half an hour in the sun, but no, you've you've either been on holiday or been on the beds recently. Hartpury.
Behind.
Who, me?
Yes.
No, I was in Gibraltar. I was away coaching.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, so I got a few days of hot weather.
Well, Hartpury are over again. And Cardiff Met have just had all of the air let out of their tyres.
Was that Sophie McQueen? I know, I'm just looking at the celebrations, but I know it's Roisin there.
I think it's Roisin, right? But the stadium announcer has just gone, no idea who scored that one.
Well, they're just about to find out.
Yeah, watch Roisin here. It's a great catch, by the way, under pressure from Davis, and then the help of Ellie Wilson. No surprise that she's involved. And then Roisin goes over from short range with plenty to do.
Well, that's one for the Irish today anyway, so I'm happy.
Yes. Well, thankfully for Hartpury today, the kicks haven't made much of a difference, and they've actually kept the scoreline a little bit more respectable from a Cardiff Met perspective, but look at these scorelines now. 79-0 against Cardiff, 43-0 against Brunel. Loughborough, who we know are strong, 29-10 against them. Oh, Rashid's taken it. Rashid on the march. The offload to match as well. Bell takes it on. And Hartpury are thirsty for more. They miss out Winchcombe. Kick into space, it's into the hands of Hannah Smythe. Smythe pins back her ears. What a great score. Again, it comes off the back of a bullocking run from a powerhouse forward. And it's finished off by Smythe. It is 68-17. And Hartpury are rampant.
Score, try and start the next one. It looked like it wasn't going to go 10 and she just went, well, no one's going for it, so I will.
Yeah, same.
Well. Well, stick with us after the game as well. Burnsy is going to be pitch side. He's going to get some post-match reaction from the player of the match as well as one of the coaches. 40 tries to get out of it sometimes and send somebody else in. And then you've got just about enough time to boil the kettle and get some food on before it is the turn of the men of Hartpury and Cardiff Met. In the meantime, Molly Bunker has taken over kicking duty, trying to draw that one in, and it's gone under the crossbar.
Yeah, 1 minute.
I suppose your choice is between Andrew Ford and Georgia Brock, so do you want to delay kick-off for the men's, or do you want a short and sweet interview?
I'll tell you what, that'd be a fun arm wrestle.
Oh, I can imagine it would be quite a quick one with Georgia Brock.
Blue, take an extra step.
68-17.
Backwards.
Oh, there's one more opportunity here for Met to get that try bonus. Our clock's ticking to 80. Just a reminder that we're pretty close, but we're not fully linked in with the referee's watch. So there might be a little bit more or a little bit less time on the clock. Oh my goodness, we're going to see a box kick.
Nope. Thank you.
The caterpillar is still alive.
Yes, it's not yet cocooned and turned into a butterfly.
Oh.
So last chance then for Cardiff Met. They need to do something they've not really done all game. Go through the phases, but Ellie Wilson, livid. She's not been given the player of the match award by Catherine Buggy. Decides yet more brilliance now. Smythe chasing this. Smythe on a hat-trick. Oh, it's deflected. Into touch. And the full-time whistle goes. A comprehensive victory for Hartpury. I'm sure they won't see it as redemption until they lift that trophy at the end of the season, but that will taste particularly sweet after last season's semi-final. They fell 5 points behind, but from that moment took complete control. A hatful of brilliant tries, and it finishes here at Kingsholm. Hartpury 68, Cardiff Met 17. Catherine Buggy, some performance from Hartpury.
Yeah, like they just seem to be so much more cohesive today, and they've been building and building. And I think, like I said, after last year's performance against them in the semi-final, they had that on their minds, that redemption piece, and I think they have pulled it off. It's just good to see it. I know they would have had a lot of pressure, would have felt it underneath. From last year, so I'm just so glad they put that to bed now.
What about Cardiff Met then? Because, you know, they were top of the league going into this. They had played a few more games than everybody else, and they've had some great wins. They beat Edinburgh, they beat Brunel, but that's a heavy defeat to Loughborough and a heavy defeat for Hartpury. Probably evidence that they've still got a little way to go.
Yeah, and like you said, when it comes to knockout rugby, that's where it really matters. So, you know, they can have these little moments. Well, I can't really say little moments, quite a big scoreline, but it's what they do from here. It's deciding now, where do we go from here? How do we make this right? How do we improve this? And then be in that contention again for those playoff spots.
Well, let's take a look at the second half tries then. You can just see Vikas Meyer there, the Dutch 10 for Cardiff Met, starting his warm-up process. these all seem like so long ago now because the tries came thick and fast, but it was full court rugby from Hartpury, wasn't it? We saw Izzy Winch come there with a brilliant carry, and then the strength from Lockwood, the support from Marshall. What a score.
Yeah, that snipe from Cern, and she just powers through the contact and then passes to Hannah Marshall, who has a great step and just gets around the defender.
Abby Pritchard is going to score a hatful of tries, not just this season but in her career. I don't think she'll have many luckier bounces than that.
No, like I said, we all thought it was the bounce was going to beat Abby, but luckily it came back in field, and I think it's been kind of the story of the night. We've just gone our way.
Well, this was Cardiff Met's only great moment in the second half, and what a great moment it was. Front row and second row union. It was Pearce to Cook, and that was a lovely score.
Yeah, if you could see the smile on my face right now, seeing a tight head run in like that.
Well, Molly Bunker, great individual effort here. I love the way she's gone about her business there. The defends are great, but in between ball in two hands, is she going to pass? Is she going to go? There's a lot more to that as an individual score.
Well, that's it. Like, we don't take into account having the ball in two hands means you have so many more options. Going to the tip. So that was a tip game. That means she's drawn in two defenders, Allow has seen the gap and she's given it to her in her gap. That is exactly what the tip game is.
But it still needed finishing, and Bunker found Smythe, and that is what she did. Got the better of Saran Jones for her second try.
Yeah, it was a great try, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
She's done so well there, and Hannah still had a bit of work to do at the end, fended off and went in the corner.
Well, believe it or not, even after that, Hartpury weren't done. Rasheen came back on, but she doesn't get her try this time. There were a number of line-out tries. That was Katie Harrison. Lovely play. And this one slightly overthrown. Rasheen sticks it in reverse. Ellie Wilson adds her weight, and that's a good score.
Yeah, it was a great score. Like, she's seen the ball come over the top, and she just, like you said, keeps hold of the ball. Basically tucks it under her jumper and goes. And
then has barely had time to get her breath back. Cardiff Met leave the kickoff short. She chases it well. What a brilliant pass that was. Great support from Bell. And Hartpury finish in style.
Yeah, Roisin's a very skillful player. Like, you know, she's identified that Cardiff Met have realised it's not going 10 and taken advantage of it.
So it was Hannah Smythe who picked up the last try. Burnsy is on hand. He's not got anyone down there yet, so I'm not just going to leave him talk to himself. Should have probably sent you down to keep him company, shouldn't I, Buggertron?
Oh no, he's fine, he is Murph.
Yeah, but Murph's not involved. Murph's not involved till later. He's on co-coms for the men's game. So you're going to be introduced as the Buggertron by the ring announcer.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely cool. Full time here.
Don't like the way you giggle like that.
Yeah, I love it. Hartpury 68, Cardiff Met 17. Player of the match, Allow Pearce. What a game, what a talent. Great to have her enjoying her rugby so much at this level. She beat off some stiff competition, and I'm sure Catherine Buggy will have to answer to the likes of Ellie Wilson. But now, let's hear from the Fresh Prince of Kew Gardens, Joe Burns, who is with the WBSR Player of the Match, Allow Pearce.
Me and Catherine Buggy before the game about not revenge but redemption after the semi-final last year. Fordy, was there any talk of that in the week? Was there a sense that was something that Hartpury wanted to do?
No, not at all, because it's a completely different squad. So, you know, like I said in previous interviews, Lisa did really well at the back end of last year. We know what we can do before Christmas, like with the squad that we have. If the calendar aligns for us, then we know how strong we could be. But these girls have been outstanding, connecting as a group, and they're just enjoying each other's company. And that shows when you cross the white line what you can put together if you really get connected as a group.
Yeah, enjoying each other's company, enjoying playing with each other. I think that was demonstrated in the scoreline. I mean, that's a handsome score to put on the champions. Did you feel like you were in command of the game at that level, to a 68-point level when you were out there?
Yeah, we just went out there and had fun, and it paid off in the end.
For you, you're at the World Cup. I mean, that's the pinnacle for most rugby players' careers, for their lives. But you're still here with us in BUCS Super Rugby. How much do you love playing BUCS Super Rugby?
Yeah, I love it. The physicality, speed, everything, and I just get to play with my friends as well, so it's great.
Better than the World Cup, this, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I know that you're Welsh first language speaker as well. I'm sure you've got the crew tuning in. Do you want to give a shout out to anyone, any of your big fans out there as well in Welsh?
Diolch I pawb am wylio ar live stream.
Lovely. So look, I'll let you get back. Congratulations, you are the player of the match. Very, very well deserved. So go in there and get celebrating. Come forward, come here. Okay, so look, we touched on the disappointment last season. That has been put well and truly to bed. New campaign, new group of players, undefeated, maximum points, and a couple of nillings in there as well. So how does this group, in its embryonic days, compare to the groups that you've led in the past?
All the groups we've had in the last five years, I think my 5th season coming in, they've all been individually had different things. I think this year, being able to put a bit more time and effort into this group myself has probably paid off for them in terms of how connected they've been, and actually the work that they're willing to put in. And look, we know we've got a hell of a pathway, and we know that Gloucester Hartpury are really strong in the Premiership. So, you know, the aim is to get as many of these pushed up and playing, but we're lucky that we get to have the likes of like Allow, Millie Hyatt, etc. play today, because they just love playing for each other. They're a very special group. We know how the league works for us. We know we lose a lot of girls after Christmas, and we lose loads more to Six Nations. That's the way the league goes. But for us, it's making sure that we actually just enjoy these wins together when we get a chance to be a team.
And enjoying the occasion as well. I mean, look, we're at Kingsholm, Queensholm, depends what day of the week and what teams are out there. But this is the home of Gloucester Rugby, which is, oh, there you go, I still got it. You know, the beating heart of kind of what Hartpury's about. So the occasion, Hartpury as a whole ecosystem, this night's special.
Yeah, I think so. Like, I'd like to think that probably you can tell a little bit from our social media how well connected we are as a group between the men and the women. Obviously, you know, really close with Steamo, Murph when he worked there last year. Genuinely, there's a really good connection between the two teams. You know, the captain Casey for the boys, he's out front with the hookers from our group, and we're connecting and we're learning off each other. So.
Absolutely no respect for a live broadcast, I tell you that.
They're from Hartpury, so you can't, you know, sorry. No, and I think like we want to show that how connected we are as a whole institution, you know, and we'll be out here supporting the boys and hoping they can get one over the line.
Well, we're going to find out very, very shortly. Congratulations on the victory. We're not going to hold you too long because we've got to turn things around, because we've got another one coming your way, another battle of the bridge, the third derby, as Cardiff Met call it, and a humdinger incoming for you. Hartpury versus Cardiff Met, men's BUCS Super Rugby, after a resounding Hartpury victory tonight. Can they do the double like they did last year? You're going to find out shortly on the stream.
Easier than I know. 'Cause you know, baby,